Hey guys, Frank Duffy coming back from Cressy Sports Performance. Today's Move Better Monday. I want to break down cat camel, why I use it and its importance, and then some variations that you can use today to start implementing it and making your spine move better. Now with training, we always talk about core stability and how having a strong core is going to be important for preventing back pain, which I agree with to some extent, but we also need to learn how to better control our spine into flexion and extension. Because when we walk around and we pick stuff up off the floor or we rotate, we need to be able to have good spinal movement to make sure that we're not injuring ourselves down the road. So the first thing I'm going to break down is the actual cat camel movement itself. So I'm going to set up on my hands and knees into as much extension as I possibly can. Cervical, thoracic, and lumbar extension here. So now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on tipping the pelvis under into posterior tilt. I'm slowly going to flex up the spine, trying to move my lumbar spine second, thoracic spine third, and then the last but not least will be the cervical spine. I'm making sure that my hands stay nice and relaxed on the floor, so I'm not just pushing through the floor. I'm truly learning how to flex the spine here. And then the last thing to move is the chin down towards the neck. And now from here, I'll reverse the movement, starting at the tailbone again, trying to pull my belly button towards the floor. Then the collarbones are the last thing to move here. And now I'm going to pull my head up towards the ceiling. So again, I'm trying to learn how to segment each part of the vertebrae, each segment of the spine one by one, learn how to fully control flexion and extension. Now I'll often see that people don't have control of each segment, and we need to break it down a little bit deeper and isolate different parts of the spine. So the first one I'm going to go over is a cat camel with a thoracic lumbar block. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this roller, I'm going to squeeze it between my rib cage and my torso. So now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to arch the back as much as I possibly can. Again, make sure I'm not pushing into the floor hard. Extending up through the spine. I'm going to round the back, trying not to let the roller move as much as possible. So right now I'm working on getting flexion and extension of the upper back. And the roller here is going to allow me to block the lumbar spine into place so I'm not moving through it. I'll typically go 5 full cycles into full flexion, full extension, make sure that the roller stays still the whole time. The second one will be a thoracic block. So there's a couple different ways of doing this. Lately, my favorite variation is setting up the roller in the middle of my sternum and then making sure I don't push too hard into it. So this is going to give me some feedback to make sure that I'm not moving the roller back and forth or I'm not coming off of it. And now from here, all I'm going to do is try to move the pelvis and the lumbar spine back and forth. Again, focusing on not moving the roller. Now the third variation for that, which could put a little bit of stress on the neck if done incorrectly, but again, it's going to be for the lumbar spine. Just learn how to move it into flexion and extension. So from here, I'm going to set up on my elbows. I'm going to roll to the top of my head, tuck my chin to my collarbone, and I'm just going to move through the lumbar spine again. And because I'm putting my cervical spine into full flexion, I'm not going to be able to move the thoracic spine there. So those are 3 variations that I like to use to get people's spines moving better, learn how to control it so that they prevent injury going down the road.